Why, hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Anime Club.
Fade, where you going?
That hasn't been an OP for a long-ass time.
I know, that was OP1. But it felt appropriate because we are, once again, back to Fairy Tail. Where's that Joe Biden meme? I am once again asking you to consider Fairy Tail.
That's the Bernie Sanders meme.
I am once again asking,
where you going? I can't tell them apart, I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know, one can speak coherently, the other can't.
I kind of can't currently speak coherently, so fuck off. Anyways, but I am once again asking you to consider Fairy Tail.
Oh my.
So this time we did Oracion Seis, the arc. This covered episodes 52 to 68. So how did you guys feel about this?
I pretty strongly dislike this arc, actually. Like, this arc was not, this arc undid a lot of goodwill for me. This is a hard meh on me.
It hurts my soul. This arc has the introduction of some of my favorite characters going forward, like two of them in particular. And so I enjoy it. I don't think it's the best arc, and I'm going to be honest, I forgot that it was between the last arc and Edolas for some reason. Like, I thought it was after Edolas, so I didn't even think we were going to be watching it yet. So it kind of came out of the blue for me. I was expecting this submission to be Edolas, which I knew you'd enjoy. But we got Oracion Seis. And it does have a few of my favorite characters, so I have to give it an approved. I like it. I like the openings. I like the EDs. It just works for me.
I am going to give this approved, but I will say this. This did go a bit too long in the tooth right there. So you just barely scraped by. Again.
Actually, I don't think Fairy Tail got approved from you last time. I think we just swapped places for it.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that is what happened. I'm checking now. Also, this is my 5th submission of Fairy Tail.
Yeah.
I did double check. Yeah, last time you were at a Met. Although I get Realm's carryover approval.
For now.
I get it for now.
I will say this. It was... They did at least expand the story. They didn't continue it that much, which kind of was like the...
I had the opposite thought. I thought they continued the story on this arc a little too much.
So we'll get into story next, but I do want to run over some quick just like technicalities. So obviously we've already talked about the producers and the music director in the studio, but so this arc came out between November 1st, 2010 and February 28th, 2011. So we're looking at a continually releasing series. It was basically the winter months of the 2010 to 2011 anime year. And then we had technically, so there's an interesting thing that NikNak pointed out that I understand is that in the last couple of arcs, the OP switches about halfway through the arc, and for some reason, up until now, the OP has always been, like, when it switches, it's showing visuals from the next arc upcoming.
It's never made sense for me why they do that.
It can be a little jarring to be, like, in the middle of Phantom Lord and seeing, like, Battle of Fairy Tail stuff happening in the OP. However, this arc did switch the OP halfway through, but it is still reflecting visuals from this arc, which I appreciate.
Aren't the next set of episodes or so a lot of filler?
After Oracion Seis, we do have a filler arc called Daphne that was anime only, but it was only 7 episodes.
But that's enough to fill another OP, I think, with this arc.
But Daphne was not in this OP, so they just didn't include it. And then we go straight into Edolas, which is its own arc. But
I'm wondering if we'll have a new OP by Edolas.
I can tell you.
Or if it'll be very early on in Edolas.
Okay, so let me... That's interesting. Hold on. I'm just doing a quick check right here.
While she's doing that, what are your thoughts on the OPCDs?
Okay.
I'm pretty mixed on them, to be honest. Like, none of them really stood out to me this time around.
Okay, so you're partially right. The OP for the filler arc will be the one for Edolas. It switches.
It switches in the filler arc, but the filler arc's OP probably leads into Edolas.
The filler arc doesn't even have its own kind of OP arc.
Yeah.
It's the Edolas arc, which makes sense because it was only 7 episodes. That's not even 2 months of stuff coming
Chances are when we get to Edolas, we're going to have 2 OPs to go over, and there'll be 2 brand new ones for us.
Yeah, one of them will be for sure. But in this section, we finished off, like, the first half of this, we were still hearing Egal no Maho for the opening song, and the ending song was still Holy Shine. And then it switched to... What?
I'm sorry, when you said holy shine, like, my brain just auto-corrected immediately to holy shit.
Holy shit!
And then it switched to the opening song Fiesta and the ending song Be As One. So, do we have any thoughts? So, I can say right now that I like Fiesta better than Egal no Maho, but they are two of my favorite OPs. And I like both of the EDs pretty equally, although I do think Be As One edges it out a little bit on just the sheer value of, like, what was being shown during the ED, because it's like a really poignant kind of bit of Gray's backstory being shown visually while the ED is playing, and I can appreciate that.
For me, I think Fairy Tale OPs kind of peaked at the first one.
Fade away you going, he got it.
Because for me, that's the only one where it really fully matches the tone Fairy Tale seems to be going for most of the time, except for in the filler arcs. The other ones have most of the time, have a pretty peppy, like, anime, we can do it vibe, and usually there's some end-of-the-world bullshit going on while that's playing.
Egal no Maho wasn't that peppy. Fiesta was. Fiesta absolutely was. But I like the kind of, I don't know, party tone of Fiesta, just as a song.
The EDs always, to me, feel like they match a little bit better.
Yeah, I did like the first OP versus the second OP. It's just because this show does not seem that festive to me.
It can be. It's just not right now.
I'm not saying it's like a grimdark show here, or that it's like the deepest shit of all time.
But Fiesta is very, hey Macarena, to put not too fine a point on it.
Yeah, I think the tonal difference, though, just kind of leads a lot of these OPs to being like, okay, let this play out or skip for me.
I liked the last episode's ED because it didn't actually show any Gray stuff. It actually was just more of like an overlay of the episode itself. And it really fit because it was a little bit more of a sadder ending.
And that was still Be As One. It just had different art set over it.
Yeah. No, I did appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. The Fairy Tale does pretty good on the EDs, I think. It's one of their better qualities.
I still remember one of the EDs from an arc I didn't even care for. I really remember Merry-Go-Round for some reason.
Was that from Galuna?
I think so. Like the Merry-Go-Round. It's got this nice little... I know I'm jumping back way too many arcs here. But it's got this nice little, like, happy but somewhat somber tone to it. Which, okay, I appreciated that.
That makes sense. It makes sense.
I mean, it fits with this kind of show. A lot of the stuff is a lot more fighty. So usually you'll see somebody die or get injured bad enough.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. I get it. So I think I'm gonna be honest. I think that's pretty much all we have for technicalities.
Yeah.
Which means we can move on and get into story and characters.
Okay.
Arc review coming up.
All right. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, guys. Yeah. Bye.